Well, hello friends and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode, I will give you the buyer's guide for the newest, latest, greatest Canyon Ultimate, and this is going to be the Canyon Ultimate CF SL7 eTap road bike. And then at the end, I will also tell you, should you just go ahead and buy this bike or should you just consider this bike? So first thing first, let's first answer the question, who is this bike for? So you see, Canyon Ultimate is a typical example of a lightweight climbing machine and also stiff machine. So if you like your bikes to be lightweight and stiff and you spend a lot of time climbing some steep mountains, then definitely you should consider Canyon Ultimate range. I have to mention here that Canyon Ultimate CF SL is the lowest in the range. They have their CF SLX above and also their CFR kind of racing equipment bikes. But no worries about this CF SL range. Canyon is still a very good value for money. Also, for this 2023 season, Canyon has done a bit of aerodynamically optimized carbon frame, fork, handlebar, stem and seat post, which is a classical direction where all the bike manufacturers are moving. Retail price of this bike is 3,800 British pounds or $4,700 US. So we will dive into the specifications on this bike and really see what do you get for your hard-earned money. Also, I will mention here that when you look at the paint scheme on this bike, Canyon is offering two paint schemes. One is this very nice so-called black snow or just a classical black and white paint scheme. And then you also have this deep polar paint scheme, which is a very nice dark kind of metallic blue with a hint of red. Very nice of Canyon that at least you have two paint schemes to choose from, and both of them are, in my opinion, very nice. When it comes to the delivery of this bike, as I'm seeing now, be ready to wait until approximately December of 2022 to get this bike in any meaningful, bike sizes. So now, let's dive into the specifications of this bike and really see what do you get for your hard-earned money. And as always, we can kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So you see, the frame is a carbon fiber frame from Canyon, their CF SL carbon fiber frame, and also the fork is the Canyon's CF carbon fiber fork. Both frame and the fork with Canyon, they come with their 6 years guarantee, which is a decent guarantee. I wish that at some point Canyon would move to the lifetime warranty like some other bike manufacturers, for example, Giant Trek Specialized. This carbon frame and the fork, of course, internal cable routing is going to be the press fit bottom bracket. In this case, it's going to be the SRAM dub press fit bottom bracket, and of course you will get 12mm through axles both front and the back. So everything perfectly fine with this carbon frame and the fork. I have no complaints here. Definitely in this fifth generation of Canyon Ultimate, they have ironed all the small problems, if they even had them in some of the previous generations. Now let's talk about the drivetrain on this bike. So what are you getting as the group set? So shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything is the SRAM Rival eTap Access group set. So this is the wireless group set from SRAM, a 12-speed wireless group set. Absolutely no cables on this bike when it comes to the group set. Everything communicates wirelessly. It is a excellent group set. There's no special complaints about it, and definitely everybody who has used this SRAM Rival eTap wireless group set definitely loves it. I will just mention here a few small details about this group set. When you look at the rear mech on this group set, the maximum cassette you can fit is going to be the 36 tooth cassette, and also I will mention here that when you look at the cassette, currently you are having a SRAM Rival 12-speed cassette, which is a 1030 cassette. So of course you can go all the way to 36 cassette. And just keep in mind that with this cassette, once when you need to replace it, usually they are very pricey items. So usually it will probably cost you around $130 or euros or British pounds, so just keep that in mind. Of course, the crankset on this bike is also SRAM Rival crankset, and this one comes with power meter included, which is absolutely excellent. So this is a Quark power meter, and for this, again, level of the price, it's very impressive that Canyon has included a power meter with this crankset. Of course, the bottom bracket is the SRAM's press fit dub standard. I'm not expecting any special problems with this, because always keep in mind that the creaking noises from the bottom bracket come when the tolerances on the frame are not good enough, and then you have some, movement of the bottom bracket in the lower bottom bracket area of the carbon fiber frame. Chain is the SRAM's rival D1 chain, which is a 12-speed chain, of course, perfectly fine, and I would also advise you in the future, when you destroy this chain, always keep the chains from the SRAM family of chains. Is it a rival or some higher levels of the chain, just because of the compatibility with the group set. So all in all, when it comes to the group set, absolutely no complaints from me. This SRAM rival 12-speed wireless group set is going to work perfectly fine. Now let's talk about the braking system on this bike. So what are you getting? So you're getting a SRAM rival hydraulic disc brakes, front and the back, with the SRAM Paceline rotors. These SRAM Paceline rotors are 160 millimeters both front and the back. This is very good, good heat dissipation and good stopping power. And I would always also advise you in the future, when you need to replace the braking rotors, stick with the SRAM braking rotors, whatever level you want to use, just again because of a bit more compatibility with the whole hydraulic disc brake braking system from SRAM. Generally speaking, this hydraulic disc brakes from SRAM rival eTap is going to work perfectly fine. Absolutely no complaints here from me. Now let's talk about the wheel set on this bike. So Canyon has included the DT Swiss P1800 wheel set. So this DT Swiss P1800 spline is a classical aluminum wheel set from DT Swiss. You know I'm a huge fan of DT Swiss wheels, and this is an excellent example of kind of a basic DT Swiss wheel, but also excellent quality. If you would buy this wheel on the open market, approximately $500, and approximately the weight of this wheel set, you can expect it to be around 1,600 grams. But if we dive a little bit deeper into the specifications of this wheel set, what can you kind of really see? What are you getting for this wheel set? I'll just quickly do some selection of the specifications of this wheel set so they are compatible with the SRAM's XDR cassette. And then when you look at this wheel set, P1800, the front wheel, the rear wheel is 885 grams, and the front wheel is going to be 766 grams. Okay, as I said, roughly, let's talk about 1,700, 1,600 grams, different specifications for the whole wheel set, which is very decent in my opinion, when you consider this is a classical aluminum wheel set from DT Swiss. 23 millimeters is the rim height on this wheel set, and the inner rim width is only 18 millimeters, so keep that in mind. It's a bit kind of narrow in my opinion for the inner width of the rims. And the hubs you are getting on this wheel set is the DT Swiss 370 hubs with 12 millimeter through axles. Excellent hubs from DT Swiss, absolutely no complaints here with their 3-pole system. And also you are getting DT Swiss arrow spokes and also the DT Swiss Pro Lock nipples. This wheel set can be turned into a tubeless wheel set, but of course you will need to get your own tubeless tape, tubeless valves. And I would definitely advise you in the future, if you are thinking, definitely convert this wheel set into a tubeless one. This wheel set is wrapped in the Continental Grand Prix 5000 tires. Excellent tire, and this is a 28 millimeter tire front and the back. So I'm so surprised that Canyon has included 28 millimeter tires. I absolutely love these 28 millimeter tires. They will give you so much more air volume and much smoother ride than 25 millimeter tires. And even in the future, I would advise you to keep these 28 millimeter tires on this bike. And these tires are also going to be very supple, because when you see the TPI count on these tires, is going to be 330 TPI count. So very supple and nice tire. Now when you look at some of the smaller pieces on the cockpit, what do you get on this bike? So this is the Canyon's CP0018 Aero cockpit. So for this generation of the Canyon Ultimate, Canyon has went with the carbon fiber cockpit, but this is a one-piece handlebar and the stem affair. So just keep in mind that Personally, I'm not a huge fan of one-piece handlebars and the stem. All the manufacturers are doing it because of the aerodynamical advantage, and here you will have a bit of adjustment of this cockpit. They are saying, a bit of adjustment of plus minus 20 millimeters. And also I believe that this cockpit can be adjusted in the width department, so a little bit of adjustment, but definitely it's a proprietary piece. If you need to replace anything, you gotta buy it from Canyon. So this is the price you pay for this one piece aerodynamically optimized cockpit and handlebar and the stem. Also, I will mention here that when it comes to the saddle and the seat post is again the Canyon's excellent carbon fiber seat post. In this iteration, it's a bit of a D-shaped seat post, again for a better aerodynamic performance. And the saddle here, you are getting a Selle Italia SLR Boost Superflow saddle, superb saddle. I love Selle Italia saddles. And if you really don't like this saddle, it's very easy to replace with your preferred saddle. Now also I've seen the data about the total weight of this bike. I believe Canyon was claiming 7.7 kilograms, and I'm guessing this weight is for some kind of size medium. So a pretty decent bike weight, nothing spectacular. The competition can do it on the same levels, but I would expect in some sizes like large, add another 200 grams, so 7.9 kilograms. If you add the pedals on top of it, add another 200 grams, so probably 8.1 kilograms when you have it fully ready for bike riding. So all in all, in a summary, when we consider that this Canyon Ultimate CF SL7 eTap has a retail price of 3,800 British pounds or $4,700 US, should you just go ahead and buy it or should you just consider it? Well, I would say it like this. Canyon used to be an excellent value for money. Now they are moving a bit more up market, so these bikes are not anymore excellent value for money, they are a very good value for money. So I will definitely advise you to consider this Canyon Ultimate CF SL7 eTap. If you like your wireless group set, 12-speed group set from SRAM, then definitely this 3,800 British pounds or $4,700 US is a very attractive price point for this newest Canyon Ultimate. So I think this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing, and if you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!